Okay, this is the second in our series of Excel tutorials, and this one should be a pretty quick one. I just wanted to go over a few ways of entering information into cells. The first is probably the most obvious. You just click on a cell and you type. We'll try that again. Okay, there we go. And it's pretty straightforward. You select another cell, and you type and fill, right? So that's fine if you're just entering a couple of numbers, but if you've got a bunch of stuff that you need to move from one file to the next, or into Excel, you really want to be able to copy and paste from one document into another. So let me show you how that works. Over here in TextEdit, I have two files open with the same information in them. It's airport wait times from a long time ago at a bunch of international airports in the US. And the goal is to get this into Excel as cleanly as possible, right? So which of these two documents do you think would go in most neatly? I think most of you would think it might be this one. So let's give it a try. And we'll select that information, copy with the Command C, and go back into Excel, and let's just start here. And what we'll do is we'll hit Edit, Paste. Okay, and what you can see is this comes in as a mess, right? So if we open up this column to fit all of the information, you can see that all of this information is in the same cell, right? So all of these different records aren't differentiated in different cells. Now, why is that? Let's take a look. Going back to the text editor, here, even though these things look like they're in nice, neat columns, they're really not. They're separated by spaces. So if you see me selecting all of the individual spaces between these bits of information, you can see that they're separated with a series of spaces, right? A lot of people entering text will do this because they haven't quite mastered using tabs. But unfortunately, that makes it a little harder to use in Excel, right? So if we go over to the other document, you can see that when we select the spaces between those fields of information, that's just one big chunk. So that indicates that it's a tab, right? So let's go ahead and select all of that information, copy it, go back into Excel, and then we'll come down below here and we'll do a paste again with the Command V. All right, and as you can see, that pops right in and separates all of our fields into different cells, right? That's because it's tabular data. And that's really the goal for this sort of stuff. So anytime we're working with a source document, we really want to pay attention to how we bring that into Excel. So we don't really want to generate too much additional work for us, right? There are additional ways of getting this, and we can go over that too. So I'm going to just put my cursor back up here, and under data, I'm going to go to get external data, import text file. All right. So if we navigate, mine are in downloads, I think. And let's see. And here we go. So the next thing I'm going to do is go through here, open this up, and the first thing I'm going to do is select this one that's already indicated that it's separated by tabs. So I'll click on that and hit Get Data. And then what this does, it takes me to a text import wizard. And this is pretty handy for importing files. So what we want to do is go through these settings and make sure that they say what they're supposed to say. The first one is that these are delimited. Okay, characters such as commas or tabs separate each field, right? So that's what we're dealing with. And so what we want to do is hit OK, that this is good, that's next. And then it's going to ask us what those delimiters are. They can be tabs, semicolons, commas, spaces, other. But since these are tab delimited, and we know that, we're just going to keep this one selected. And then we can actually skip ahead and go to Finish. and it's going to ask us where we want to put the data. And this is the cell that I had clicked on earlier, so we're just going to hit OK. And it's going to drop that data right in there, okay? So we can do that actually without cutting and pasting, and sometimes that's really handy, especially if the information is much larger. So let's go ahead and do that with the other file too, because it'll work with space delimited documents as well. So now I'm going to select this cell and go through the same process. So that's data, get external data, import text file, and we'll navigate to that same folder, and this time we'll go to the airport wait time spaces text. We'll go ahead and get the data, and this time it's going to default to a fixed width, right? Because it's taking a look in there and it's seeing that there's sort of a fixed width between those fields. So we're going to go to next, and then we could move these around, but it looks like they're pretty much in the right place. So then we're going to go to finish, and it's going to ask us where to put that information, and that's the cell that we had selected. So we're just going to hit OK. And then it's going to bring that in, and you can see that that works. So that's just a couple of basic ways of getting information into your Excel spreadsheet. I hope that was useful, and thanks for listening.